Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to the Winds of Jupiter weekly tarot reading. Now I'll be doing my regular 3-card reading, and then I'll be doing a combination card and astrology dice reading. Now the cards aren't in any particular order, like past, present, and future. And the astrology dice represent the zodiac signs, the planets or lunar nodes, and the houses. You can think of these dice like a game or a game show, personality, plot, and place. For example, the clue game, Colonel Mustard with the knife in the kitchen. Now the cards that you received this week are the 6 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Lover's card. Well, at first sight it really seems like it's a diverse mixture of cards, but it's really not. One's about memory and childhood. Another's about rushing around, and the other one's about love. Let's talk about the Knight of Swords first. Swords in themselves mean air, words, and communication. It also could mean mind and intellect, and mind over matter, and not making decisions with emotions, but logic and reason. But here you have the impetuous knight holding the sword of truth. Even though he's about intellect, he can do unthinking things. He's wielding his sword and rushing into things, and he can be brash and rash. Now this could be you running around, rushing around in your own life, or this could be somebody galloping quickly into your life, changing things and turning things into chaos and then galloping out. And then you're just kind of left in the dust going, well, what happened here? And he might be the knight that rescues the damsel in distress, but that's all he's really interested in. For love affairs, it's love 'em or leave 'em. This knight can also be about messages, warnings. And if you're planning to travel in the near future, excuse me, it could mean that it might not be smooth sailing. This card is a warning to slow down and attend to details of things. Might be funny to say, but it is a call for action to slow down. Now this knight is right next to the 6 of Cups card. This is a card of the past, and it can even be past lives. Somebody from your past may walk back into your life. There might be some type of karmic attraction, kindred spirits, some kind of soulmate, where you're meeting again. This is a connection for emotions, intuition, dreams. This is a hope for the present and future if you learn some lessons from your experiences in the past. This card came up, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 times in this series of readings. Now, a couple months before this, it meant that there was some emotional baggage that had to have the heave-ho. But here it's more complex than that, especially in the presence of the Lover's card. Because the Six of Cups is about emotions. And here you have the Lover's card on the other side of the Knight of Swords. You know, sometimes when we fall in love, we have our rose-colored glasses on. And sometimes when we think about the past, we idolize and distort our memories about it. And hopefully it's selectively thinking positive rather than negative things that happened in your past. A lot of times we just spin our wheels in the past. And I can confidently say that the Six of Cups is directly connected to the Lover's card because the Lover's card is number 6 too. Now this card can also be about human impulses, sex, pleasure, desire, love, curiosity. But even the Two of Cups card and the Lover's card is about making good decisions between deeds and desires, vice and virtue. Whatever decisions you do make have consequences, and either it's rewards or punishment. But something in the past is definitely influencing your present and the bonding relationships that you have. Now the Knight of Swords is right in between these two cards, and whatever he does has a rough edge around it. Even though the Knight is a little rough around the edges, he is a very acute thinker and very sharp intellectually, and he helps launch things into action. So I don't know if he's helping you launch positive things into action or if he's hindering your life from rushing around and doing unthinking things. With this being a general reading, I guess you're just going to have to gauge it on what's going on in your own life. Let's see how this equates to the dice. You receive Capricorn, the North Node, in the 12th house. Let me explain the North and South Node a little bit. They're mathematical points where eclipses occur nearby. And the South Node is considered the past. And they say it's gifts from the past, which typically is something that's been unresolved from another life that comes back into life after life until it does become resolved. So they're kind of a pain in the ass, really. But the North Node is more about your purpose and destiny in this life, which is rather interesting. So the South Node is where you don't want to go anymore, and the North Node is where you're going. Now the 12th house is about past lives, endings, hidden things, secrets, unconditional love. Now Capricorn in the North Node is all about the past, and its connection is with the Six of Cups card up above there. You are strolling down memory lane. However, if the past becomes more important than the future, your personal progress stagnates, and it can cause emotional issues. This is where blaming the past for lack of future action isn't an option anymore. But the confused thinking of the Knight of Swords might have you doing that. With the presence of the Lover's card, you're seeking security in relationships, but really don't know how to responsibly go about it. The balance between emotions and responsibility is kind of fuzzy this week. Now Capricorn in the 12th house has you thinking that your responsibilities are a heavy burden. This might hold you back from achieving your dreams. Inside yourself, you're relaxed and feel all put together. But when you get outside in the world, you don't feel that way for some reason. Now the North Node in the 12th house might have you taking things for granted, or thinking you need more of something. Maybe there's a void in your life. Maybe you're living in the past too much with the Six of Cups. Something to do with your work and work environment. You're unhappy. Maybe it's the space at your work, your office. Maybe you don't like the repetitive nature of your work. You know, every job has an undesirable aspect to it, but you're going to start nitpicking at the small things of your job or maybe a project you're working on. You know, life isn't the perfect world, and you really can't blame anybody else for small things like that, but lashing out in anger is not the answer. Fear and worry might have you thinking that you're not extending enough love to yourself or the others in your life. But I think that's really unsubstantiated. The Lover's card is just saying let it go. And the love you seek will naturally come to you. The past is the past, and if we live in it, we certainly include our present and future. If there is some past emotional baggage, maybe take this week to work it out. Don't rush around directionless like the Knight of Swords, but harness his ability to launch ideas and get your dreams into motion and going in the right direction. Love will come, and it'll feel comfortable when it does. Just allow it to take its natural course. The presence of the Knight of Swords warns you to speak kind words. Don't overthink things and overlook the small things that need not be criticized. Going down memory lane should be a pleasant experience. And if not, don't think about it. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.